Welcome to a new Waterwave TV interview. As you can see, we got the one and only HeyGoten in the building. We're going to learn how he got almost to 15,000 subs in the first 6 months of making YouTube. He's currently at 14.7. I got it right in front of you. By the time you're watching this, he might be at 15K already. We're going to learn a lot more about him, where he was before YouTube, how he met Loaf, how he even picked up a camera. We're going to learn all about that right after the intro.
And while you at it peeping this shit, go ahead to youtube.com/waterwaytv and subscribe to that shit. Yeah, you know the waves in it. Baseball, we're hitting a home run, hit it with the coldest rains. And even on my bad days, I'm a clutch to finish. The track diminished, the booth burnt, hands is itching. Damn.
And we're back.
What's poppin', man?
Dude's turned famous on me in 6 months.
Man, don't even say that, man. I'm not even nowhere close to where I need to be yet, so.
Man, we went to the bars like a few months ago before it got cold, and everyone was like, Goten, Goten, Goten.
It's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Shit is crazy, man. For all you that didn't know, man, me, Goten, and the Waterwave crew, we've been tied together for a while. How's it been? It's been like probably like 4.
A little over 4 years.
Because it was like 2018 is when I got to RF. It's 2023 now.
Yeah.
So probably like 4.5 years that
That's
I mean, I probably didn't like know you obviously in the first like 6 months, but yeah, around 4 years we've known each other. But how's your day going?
Smooth, man. Just another day, another dollar. You know?
Today's Monday. You do anything cool over the weekend?
Just went out, enjoyed New Year's, you know. Other than that, nothing too crazy.
Facts. Well, let's get right into it, because I know the fans, you're hardcore fans, Loaf's fans, all the comedy fans on YouTube are waiting for this one.
They want to know.
They want to know the story. Who is Goten, right?
Yes,
so, who is Goten right now?
Who's
And then we'll
Goten?
get into how you got here.
Goten is me, obviously, but, you know, I'm just a content creator. My number one job right now is just to go out and just put a smile on everybody's face, you know. But other than that, not too crazy.
Yeah.
Not too crazy.
How'd you come up with the name Goten?
The name Goten, a lot of people don't know, but, like, I'm a big anime fan, bro. Like, I grew up, my childhood was a bunch of anime, so, like, Dragon Ball Z obviously is my favorite anime, cartoon, however you want to call it, but the character Goten, it just, like, it reminded me a lot of me. So, like, that's why I just took that name. And it was kind of given to me, but, like, I just accepted it. You know what I mean? Like, people used to call me that sometimes. A lot of people don't know my real name, but it's, like, my other nickname was, like, T-Boy. But, like, Goten was the one that really stuck with me. You know? So I really, like, took that and I just ran with it, you know? So, yeah.
Fire. I don't watch. Yeah, I'm not a big anime guy,
Got
but
to.
I remember.
Got to.
I remember the only like thing I remember was hard about you having the name Goten is when I would look up Goten, it would show me a lot of the anime stuff, and even like when your YouTube name and your Instagram name was the real Goten, for some reason it was even harder to like find it. But I see you rebranded to HeyGoten. Is that just like an idea of it's way easier to like find and it looks cleaner? It's not just like a long name. Is that?
Well, that too, and like you said, when you look up the real Goten, it's kind of long. A lot of people mistype it and whatever the case is. And yeah, I just wanted something short, something catchy. Like you can just search up, you can pick up real quick, and HeyGoten. And then I got an inspiration from my homie. He's also my filmer as well. Oh hey Adrian, big shout out to you, bro. But yeah, So that's
Old head Asian.
Oh hey Adrian.
Old head Asian.
That's funny. But yeah, so that's kind of how I kind of got to rebrand my new name and stuff like that, But yeah.
Facts. You mind just pushing the mic closer to the edge of the table just to make sure it sounds good? But yeah, let's start. So we met in River Falls, Wisconsin. That's where we all attempted to get our collegiate education.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
And to play some collegiate sports on the football field and whatnot.
Fun fact, y'all, I used to play football.
Yeah. What was your or I guess where were you from before River Falls?
Here in the cities.
Okay.
Pretty much Mounds View.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up. Went to Irondale. Yeah, from there just went to River Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple of options to go to different colleges, but I just wanted to stay close to home.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, River Falls was nice because it was way cheaper than like the Minnesota schools. They would
Exactly.
still give you the in-state tuition, and River Falls was only like 45 minutes from the city.
Hey, you can't lie. We had that bitch jumping.
Oh yeah, we had that. That shit was fun
Like,
as hell.
We had that mother jumping.
Mixture of all the different parties and shit. Like
Literally.
it's crazy because River Falls is a very very country school. If none of you
Man.
know, but like we had like a clique of people. Like even like you get like we got a lot of the Vegas guys from the sports teams and like and whatnot that were a little more hip to like hip hop
Right.
and pop music, not just straight country music. Because you go to a lot of the parties in River Falls is straight country, which you can get down with this sometimes,
Yeah,
but
of course.
not every time though. It's like you got to have that. You'll switch up every now and then where you're at
Yeah.
least like listening to like some Chief Keef or Mo Bamba or something at
some
least.
Uzi. They
God's
was-
Plan. I don't even know if God's Plan was out back then, but like at least the most basic college party songs. You need
Right.
some of that at least. But
They was bumping Uzi back then. Too.
yeah, Uzi. But yeah, River Falls was very different. But we definitely made the most of it for that year. That I was out there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Were you there a little bit before I got there?
Yeah. I was there for like 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there for like a year and a half. You were like 1 year older than me. What made you decide to choose River Falls?
To be honest, man, like I said, I was just trying to be close.
Yeah.
Tuition, like you said, and then like I knew a couple of friends that was going there. It sucks that you're going somewhere that you don't really know much about because I didn't know a lot about River Falls before I went there.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one of those schools that like they recruited me for football, went there, kind of thought I was falling in love with the program, but like, and on top of that, I believe during that time the Kansas City Chiefs actually used to practice on the field.
Yeah, they did like one of those like hard knocks there.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep. So
or
they
something.
did that there, and that's kind of what drew me towards that, you know, because like I had this big dream of going to the league and shit like that. So like I'm like I don't care where I start,
Yeah.
it's where I'm where I'm going and stuff. So
Yeah.
like, I was like that was the closest thing I could get to that. So I just
Yeah.
decided to go there.
Yeah, I'd say for me too is definitely the location, but also like the weight room, the renovations
Oh,
they
yeah,
did.
man.
They had like it was like $51 million renovations to the athletic facility.
Beautiful.
It was definitely a decision maker for me. But in River Falls, you were like one of the first rappers I ever heard of. You and your like whole rap crew
Yeah.
was like one of the first groups like when we started Waterwave. Because that for a fun fact for all you to know, Waterwave started in River Falls. Then we never like were like, oh, we're gonna put on the River Falls music scene,
Right.
but like it originated because of everyone that we met in River Falls and just like the ideas around us. But when you were making like rapping, you weren't like picking up a camera back then, were you? Right?
I had the idea of doing that. Like when it comes to like me doing the stuff I'm doing now, I've always had that mindset. But it was just like having the people around me, like you had when you guys started Waterwave. But our main focus at that time was just music. You know, we barely even had any music equipment. We just had this little Yeti mic and a computer that one of my roommates actually made from scratch. That's how we started recording songs. Fun fact: a lot of people don't even know I make music, but yeah. So that's kind of how we really started. And I really wasn't into music, you know. Like it was my roommate, Kimo Sabi. He was big into that. So like I'm a big supporter of anybody that I have around me. You want to make music? I can't rap like that, but I'm gonna try to spit a couple of bars, and next thing you know, we're landing some hits. A lot of people in River Falls really like this. So I was like, this can be something that we can make, we can make big. So we just started doing that, and next thing you know, that's where Goten really started. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, because River Falls was kind of cool because like you and your crew were making music, and then like Calvino and Jugman were
Yeah,
making music,
yeah.
and it was fun to see like people like turn up because River Falls is a really small college town, like turning up to your music at the parties and shit like
Exactly.
that, and it's a very vulnerable market, but it just happened to be the wrong market because of what they were into. Like you walk around our campus, you'll see cows and pigs.
Bro.
You won't see
Bro, they used to
like,
skin deers in the dorms, bro.
like shit's just weird
Like,
there.
who does that?
It's a very animal heavy college, which
What-
like makes sense, but like, yeah,
What
I didn't
dorm
even
do you
I didn't
know
know all
that,
that
though?
going into
Bro,
it.
I was so flabbergasted when I did that shit, bro.
That shit's probably not even legal.
It's not.
Maybe in Wisconsin. Wisconsin got different laws,
Shit.
so
It's crazy, man.
shit it could be. But timeline around 2018, around 2019 is when I dropped out of college. When did you leave River Falls? What year was that?
Probably like 20, about the same time.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
Did you just go back to the cities, or like where?
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
what was your main plan with like leaving college, going back to
So
Minnesota?
it was just more of like going to community college at that point and still finishing school and stuff. So it was just keep doing what I'm doing as far as like music wise. I stopped playing football, so I was doing semi-pro at the time, and then I was just like, I just got to finish school. I was big into entrepreneurship, so I was just like, just get into something where you can own your own brand. So I started. You're aware. I used to sell my brand in your store, on Trap Society. That's something I really wanted to do because I see myself owning something.
The real always
The
prosper.
real always prosper. That's Trap, you know. But yeah, so that was a plan. Leaving River Falls and coming back to the cities. It's just it was bigger. It was a bigger market. You know what I mean? So we're coming in. It's not a small town anymore. We're gonna be noticed more in music and stuff like that. So it's just more about still just honing our craft and just like getting out there more and stuff. So
Facts. During the COVID year, like 2020, basically, how did you perceive that as a creator, like someone that's trying to build a career, whether it's music, whether it's clothing, or soon to become a YouTube
Right.
career? But like, how did you take that year mentally, and like what you did to grow yourself?
it was just honestly the year to just manifest. So like I took that and I took advantage of it because a lot of people they just felt down. They felt like they couldn't do anything. I just used that as an advantage to prepare myself and start like putting all my pieces together, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and how I can get better at it. And like midway throughout the whole COVID situation, I was like I can still do it even while in COVID. There's something that you can still do. It's never just giving up, you know. So that's where I got the idea of just starting a clothing brand. You can always be out there without actually being out there, you know. So that's from there. I just like was like, okay, let's do this. And like I said before, I've always had the idea of starting to do content creating. So prior to that, I had bought a camera. Wasn't the right camera. Didn't do a lot of research. So I was like, damn, this is a big mistake buying this. Now I can't return it. So, but I'm like, I still got to use what I have. You know what I mean? So, just kind of taking that and like doing a lot of research, watching other people and getting ideas. I just never took the initial step to start doing it. You know, so it was just essentially the matter of time, I guess. Yeah.
Fire. And then after COVID is when around that time. No, we were still kind of during COVID, but like around that time is when your clothing brand started getting in our store, and it was doing really well.
Yep.
And then you also started like throwing events, like hosting clubs and
Yep.
stuff like that as
Yep.
well, right? With your brand and with your name. Talk through like the decision making, because you still do like some events and stuff like that a little bit, right?
Yeah, I get hit up once. I actually did an event with Dolo, Mr. Get It Poppin'. Yeah, we did one when I forgot Sleazy World.
Oh yeah,
was his name?
you help
he
yeah
popped
help
out.
co-promote that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like I guess like just being business minded, like promotion is like being like promoting for events. Is that something you see yourself doing more in the future, or are you trying to like?
I definitely do, just because like as a content creator, I just don't want to be looked at a guy that just goes out and fuck with people. You know?
Yeah.
I want you to understand that wherever you see me, I'm gonna entertain you in any aspect.
Yeah.
Whether it's at the club, I usually don't go to clubs, but like when you see me at the club, I'm either promoting or I'm helping somebody promote. You know, I'm not a big club guy, so like you're not gonna see me just standing like no Rudy at the club and doing all that. You know, but yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's just how I look at it.
And then let's fast forward to like the middle of 2022 now, and this is where I'd say maybe not your life changes, but the way that you could monetize yourself changes.
Right.
Talk me through how like meeting Loaf and
Man.
where that goes. I know you've kind of told me the story once before, so I know like a little bit about it.
Right.
But yeah, tell the viewers how you met Loaf and like in detail
No,
too,
I got you. I got you.
because the story's kind of cool. It's kind of
It
funny.
is.
Yeah.
It's like, because a lot of people don't believe me when I say it too. Like this shit, like I said, I always had that mindset. I'm like, I can really do this, and not that I can do it, but I can do it and be good at it. You know what I mean? So it was just that one day I had purchased another camera, and this time I did research. I was like, okay, I'm ready for this, and I had my homeboy. I was like, I need a filmer. That's one of the big things about a content creator. You have issues with finding the right filmer. So I was like, I just need somebody to be able to help me film these stuff. And prior to that, I had other people like helping me, but it just didn't turn out as I wanted. But this time I was like, let's do this. And we went to the bar, and I was quote unquote trying to do like a prank where I'm picking up like bartenders, like getting their numbers and shit like that. So we went there. My homie was like, he was supposed to film. This guy he started drinking. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
You're filming. You can't be drinking while you're filming and stuff like that. So we just ended up scratching the whole video, and then we just started just hanging out with the people that we knew at the bar, Cowboy Jacks. So I ended up going to the bathroom. Walked in the bathroom. I'm pissing at the stall in the bathroom, right? Like I'm not super drunk, but like I'm pretty tipsy at this point. You feel me? So I'm pissing there, and I look to my left. I see this man Loaf looking at me. I'm like, what's up, bro? He goes, he's like, bro, you got Riz, bro. I was like, what do you mean Riz? He's like, bro, you got Riz. I'm like, bro, you're not finna be pissing next to me and telling me I got Riz. Like, well, what the fuck you mean? What's Riz? He's like, bro, I just saw you out there talking to these girls. Like, you funny and like blah, 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 blah. And he was like, you do YouTube? I'm like, wow. It's funny you said that because, like, today was the first day I decided to actually film my first content. And he was like, bro, you should actually do it. Like, you're actually funny. Like, you can really take this and, like, do something big with it. I'm like, I appreciate you saying that. And we had, like, a quick conversation. I asked him, do you do YouTube? He was like, yeah, bro. And he had his roommate at the time, one of my, like, really cool friend now. He whips out his phone. He's like, here's his YouTube. And I met this motherfucker. He had 267,000 subscribers at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, not only do you do YouTube, like, motherfucker, you got over 100,000. Like this is big. And he was like, yeah, bro, like we should film sometime. Like if you're down, let's do it. I'm like, yeah, I'm this is an opportunity that I gotta seize.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. He got my number, and I walked back to the bar, and I'm trying to tell my homie that was supposed to be filming for me. This man didn't even pay attention, didn't care. I'm like, bro, hey, G, like, I just really found a good connection. Like, it just so happened. Like, the universe is on my side right now, you know what I mean? And wasn't paying attention. I'm like, all right, fuck you. Whipped out my phone, and I saw that Loaf had texted me. He was like, hey, this is Loaf. I didn't really think, like, he was really serious. I just thought, like, he was just another drunk guy just talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bet. I got you locked in. Boom. Next day, this was on Thursday. Friday comes along. He texts me again. He was like, bro, you still down to film on Saturday? That was what we planned. I was like, oh, shit, like, this dude really not playing. Like, he actually wants to film now. That's when the whole Friday, I started looking up who Loaf is. I'm like, who the hell is Loaf? Let me watch his videos. Man, when I say this man was funny as fuck, I'm literally sitting there, like, actually genuinely laughing, watching his video. I'm like, okay. So then I started thinking to myself, like, what it is about me that he saw to actually want to film with me, you know what I mean? So that's something I was, like, trying to figure out for myself, like, what type of content can I actually start doing, and what did he see in me that I didn't see in myself at the time? And so that happened. Saturday came along. He FaceTimes me. We met up. That's when we shot our first video. And after that, we've just been filming ever since.
What was the first one you did together? You remember?
It was, so initially, I was supposed to come press him, like act like I was a fan that didn't like him. And then he calls me back. He was like, nah, bro, you're gonna press my cameraman. So I'm going to hold the camera and I'm going to just act like blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to come, like, I didn't even know his name. I'm like, with me, I can do anything on the spot. Just give me an idea, I can do it. You know what I mean? But I was like, okay, I can press your cameraman, but can you at least tell me his name? Like, what the fuck is his name? He goes, Dan. I'm like, bet, that's all I need. So the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, all right, I know exactly what I'm about to do. And I saw him, and I waved at him because Dan didn't pay attention. He was like, come over here. So we go past, it was at Maplewood Mall. We go down the escalator. We're, like, passing each other down the escalator. And I was like, fuck, should I say something now? I'm like, nah. So then I waited for him down, and I acted like I was on the phone. And so he came back down the escalator, and then I stopped him. I'm like, hey, yo, you're that motherfucker, but I was doing it to Dan. I was like, you that dude, bro. I thought you was deaf. Because he started talking back to me. I'm like, why you talking back to me, bro? I thought you was deaf. And then from there, I was like smacking his hat, grabbing his glasses. Like, it was actually funny, but like that was actually the first time we actually got Dan out of his character like that. So like it was like for the first time meeting you, like you did something that you don't usually do. So it was pretty cool.
Very memorable.
Yeah.
That's honestly super fun. I remember that video at the Maplewood Mall, and I was like, no fucking way, this dude's working with Loaf, because I didn't know you were, met Loaf obviously until I seen the video, because it happened bang 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 really quick, and whatnot like that. It's honestly it's kind of crazy because like every YouTuber always has like a sidekick or like a crew, like at least like the comedy YouTubers, like the
Right.
Danny Duncan, Balin Levine types out there. They always have like a few other guys that are funny and like start their own channels after
Right.
after their homies like hit that million or 2 million, 3 million, whatever it
Right.
may be, and they're like shit, like maybe it's time for me to try.
Exactly.
And I feel like Loaf was in like a good position where he kind of needed like a crew with him
Yeah.
to where he's like it builds more credibility. If he doesn't know what to do, he can bounce off ideas with everybody and like build off of each other's energy. Because there's a lot of times I watch all of your videos and all of Loaf's videos like usually the first day they drop because I'm a
Yeah.
big YouTube guy. That's
Exactly.
basically like all I watch is YouTube. And I seen the video. It's like the one where you guys are at Target and like you were trying to take the cart, and then he was saying it was his cart or whatever. And there's a lot of times where I can tell Loaf is kind of like done with the joke, but you just keep it. You
Yeah.
keep the foot on the gas pedal.
And on top of that, that's just like that's essentially just me trying to understand like how to really get into this career and this like line of work. So like when I noticed certain things like that, because like there was usually issues. You remember the Valley Fair video where they're accused of sexual assault.
Yeah,
Like I was pissed off.
yeah,
Like I was genuinely pissed off. Like there's no way you're gonna accuse us and then you're claiming it is us. So like that to me like it just like blew everything out of proportion. And then Loaf was like, bro, just chill. It's not that big of a deal. We're like the thing that really got me through it was the fact that he said everything has been recorded. So like there's no way
Yeah.
you can say we put hands on somebody when we both know and Dan knows and everybody that was around us knew that we never touched anyone. So like for you to say that and claim that just makes you look like a fool. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, I'm a black man. Like you're not about to accuse me of something that I know I didn't do. When most of the time people are probably gonna believe you. You know what I mean? So like that to me was like just one of the moments that I was like, okay, you just gotta relax, just just make a sense of humor out of things like that because you already know you're not in the wrong. So I just learned from just those little situations and stuff like that. Yeah. So,
yeah. That type of shit seems to happen too much with YouTubers, where
literally.
people like just claim, "Oh, he did this to me," and then there's just didn't happen, and it's like a record, and they know they're on camera.
It's so crazy.
And
So crazy.
how long did it take for you to like be recording with Loaf before you made your own channel?
I would honestly say after the third video I did with him, so like after the first one, I literally went home. I was like, I got to do this. Like I actually have to set everything up. What's my name? I already know Goten is my name, but like, what's that name that people are gonna know when they look me up? Like all these things. I sat there. I actually called Loaf. All right, bro, I need help. Like, what's up? Like, you my brother now. Like, we're locked in. Like, to this day, I can call him and talk to him about so many other stuff that we can like get through. You know what I mean? So like, he helped me out. He talked me through it, and then figured it out. He was like, do this, don't do this, based on his experience because he's been doing it way longer than me.
Yeah.
He has a lot, So yeah, he just literally was like, do this, don't do this. This is a lot better. You can try this, but if it doesn't work, this is because of this. You know what I mean? So it's like he's just giving me all the ropes, and from his past experience and things that landed him in better situation than what he is now, and things that were just like a red flag.
Yeah.
So
And I remember when you first started doing content, you just did mainly like Instagram videos at
Yeah,
first, right? 'Cause I was like, all right, let's do it. It's connected with Loaf. Like obviously you don't want to like seem like you're mooching off of like someone's like
Never do.
success,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's like I was wondering, I wonder how he's gonna play this out of like how like when is he gonna be like I'm gonna make my own channel so that like while I'm doing shit with you, people can also see what I got going on.
Right.
Because like and there is like a thing where it's like you don't want to do it too early either, where you don't want to just be like, oh, let me start now, and because then Loaf's gonna be like, oh, this guy, he's trying to use me for what I got. But it's like I remember seeing like your first few like IG reels you posted of like doing like trends or whatever it may have been, and it's really cool to see because like you actually really started from the ground up. Loaf obviously put a big battery in your back and like highlighted how funny you were, but the way you started with like the content on the phone to like shooting your own videos to finding cameramen to doing what you are now, you did go all the steps. There was no like here's the key to the thing, here's a brand here's a brand new camera, here's a cameraman, an editor, brand new everything for you. So you actually got to like work your way through. Not that you're at the finish line yet, but you actually are going through all the steps, which I think is cool. And it's like Loaf isn't necessarily giving you too much fans before you're ready for it either, because like he could obviously like do something or like consistently be like, everybody go subscribe to Goten right now, like on his page, on his YouTube, and it would probably get you to 100K, you know, in a couple months. But are you ready for that 100K? You know, like is your content up to that par where those people that are picky as hell? Because like I know when I watch like YouTubers, I'm very picky on, especially when it comes to like comedian YouTubers, because there's so many doing it nowadays. So it's almost like you want that natural growth of people that like what you do all the way up until you're ready to get those people that are picky about shit. Have you where do you feel like you're at in that process right now of like your career from day one to like where you've gotten now? Like, do you think you've grown a lot in those 6 months, or are you like,
as like if you notice in all of my videos, I essentially like just like how you were saying, I like never like hit up Loaf and be like, hey, come be in my video and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because like I want people to see me for what I can do.
yeah,
And later on, because he's gonna be with me. Like we're together. Like we're close now. We're gonna be filming a lot. I'm always in his channel, and like looking in from how I started to later on. During those times that he actually gets on my videos, you're gonna see the growth that I've done individually, and how I'm able to like craft myself up and build my own fan base, knowing that he could have gave me his fan base, and that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for you as somebody that's in this line of work to just show me the ropes and help me out to build myself and how I want to build myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you get those YouTubers that all they want from you is to collab so they can get some sort of your fan base and attracted to their stuff. That's why I don't usually do a lot of, like, I've gotten, like, from how soon, like, this 6 months of me doing this, I've gotten so many people hit me up, let's collab. But, like, when I research your stuff, I'm like, bro, there's nothing to collab with you. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything for yourself for me to say, okay, I'm ready to work with you. I have somebody that has 1 million subscribers on his YouTube I can collab with just by asking him, and he will. But I don't want to do that because, like, I feel like I'm not ready yet. I need to build my craft, but I don't even see that you build your craft enough to even want to start hitting me up. You know what I mean? So it's just like seeing those little things and seeing how easy people can try to take that advantage of like up and coming YouTubers and stuff like that. You know, so like it's just honestly me just focusing on what I can do and how good I can do it is my number one goal right now. 2023 is just like perfecting my craft, like making sure I can do the best I can without trying. I'm not trying to collab this year. I want to just focus on me, build my brand, build my face, so when people know me in Minnesota, they know me for me. It's not by they know you for Loaf. Like it's cool. Like
that's the guy that's always you know having I mean? Loaf in his videos.
Oh, you're with Loaf, like, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but like I want you to know my name. Oh, it's Goten.
Goten and the guy that be working with Loaf, not just the guy that's with Loaf. Like they want to know the brand.
Because like when we first started, that's essentially what it was. I saw you in his videos. Okay, you're starting to acknowledge me, but like, what's my name? You know what I mean? What do you know me for? You know, so that's the next step in what I'm trying to do. Is just like make sure I just build my own brand. If a lot of people ain't noticed, man, I got the Goten merch on. You feel me? So the website's gonna be dropping. Like that's the big focus. Like these are things that I actually sit down with Loaf and we talk through. Like, what did you do? How did you do it? What can I do to put me in this position? You know what I mean? So it's like, because I was scared to even start this. Yeah. I was like, am I even ready to start a merch? Let alone ready for like the 100,000 subscribers and stuff like that. You know, it's just step by step. Yeah, that's all it is.
Did YouTube make your account monetized?
Oh yeah.
Yet?
Oh yeah.
I assume you would have passed that.
Yeah.
So have you ran into any troubles with like keeping your videos monetized yet?
The only thing is the music. That's it. And right now I've honestly I know you're familiar with Kumo. That's his songs that I've been using in most of my intros and outros, and Kumo's music as well. Yeah.
And if any of Kumo's songs get flagged for copyright, we can just write some type of like letter of consent type of thing. I don't think it's actually called a letter of consent, but some type of like letter of approval of like, yeah, you can use this for a video. Because we've had to go through that with a couple of like Calvino songs, and we just like show that like, yeah, we're actually the label that put out this song. But yeah, usually if you use like unreleased tracks or like just beats that aren't licensed to a full song,
I'm a guy that uses songs, you know.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that sucks with YouTube that I'm pretty sure that they're gonna change sometime this year, is that if you use someone's song, it gives them either full monetization of your video or just cuts the monetization of the video, instead of it being like, shit, give them 70%, let me keep it like 30, you know, like. But I think at least for YouTube Shorts, they're gonna they're working that out, because right now, on TikTok you can use sounds and still monetize off it if your account's monetizable, but on YouTube Shorts you can't, because it's just it has a YouTube algorithm where if there's a Lil Baby song in there, it's just cut instantly. So I know they are working on that going into the year. But what is your team like right now for like your crew for Goten, the Goten crew?
Right now, there's no crew.
Okay.
It's just me. I would say my crew is Loaf's crew, honestly. But it's just us three, man. The Three Musketeers. We just dugging it out. We just started recently flying to different spots now. We went to LA, if you know, the big LA situation that happened out there. We're going to be going actually there by the end of this week again. But yeah, that's just the crew I have right now. It's like I said, the one big thing about filmers, even those guys that have 100K subscribers, they have issues with filmers.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna get like those content creators that like they're still struggling to find their own crew.
Yeah.
So like I know that's one of my obstacles I'm gonna have for a while, which is totally cool. But like I know once I do have that, the team is gonna be filled. Like I can be able to fly with you to go to a different state and go film, rather than hit somebody up in the state that I'm going to see if he can film for me.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just the issue that I have, and you know, I'm just hoping that I can have like a Dan for Loaf. You know what I mean? They've been together ever since he started. He's never had anybody else film for him. So like that's that type of relationship I'm looking for right now. Yeah.
And it's like, because I know you got Adrian in the building today, and I know you work with him a lot too. But it's like, obviously Adrian, if you don't know, go check out Oh Hey Adrian. But he also makes his own content, so it's like you're not gonna be like, yo, like just be my cameraman, because he needs to be able to, if he wants to go shoot his own shit, he wants to go shoot his own shit. But I have seen you guys kind of like go back and forth, like holding the camera for each other and shit like that. So it's like, it's cool that you guys are both basically in the same boat. Both of you need a consistent cameraman, but you guys kind of like,
I ain't gonna lie,
just kind of help each other out.
If I didn't have Adrian, I wouldn't be posting as much like videos as recent and consistent as I have been right now, because there's like I was telling you, I've gone through so many other filmers that either they saw that I was gonna be where I am
and it's
now.
so crazy to me that no filmer has locked in with you, because like if I had more time, like we even shot one time, if I had more time to shoot and edit like your videos and like make it look good, bro, I would do that shit in a heartbeat, and I wouldn't ask for a dollar, because I know it would, because I know like in a year from now, if I were to be like, all right, I'm gonna work on, if I had a normal job where I didn't have to like worry about a business in a store and doing podcasts and doing my own content, bro, I would do that shit in a heartbeat, because like the trajectory that you have right now of where you are gonna be in a year, as long as like there's no random mishaps, like the filmer is gonna be all right, and he's gonna be just all right. Because I know like Dan's filmer wasn't necessarily, Loaf's filmer Dan wasn't like, I need $50 a video in the early days.
Dan saw the vision. Like, me and Dan have had this conversation. Like, these are actually people I consider real close friends. They're like actual genuine people. Like, when I was looking at how they started making video, I'm like, are they using me because they think I'm funny and I can't utilize what I have going on? But no, they actually saw me as a genuine person, and that's when we actually built a strong friendship. Like, I would ask them simple questions like, bro, how did you guys become who you are now? They'll tell me like, bro, like I saw the vision. Like, I knew there was not going to be any return, but I saw the vision. We stuck through to it forever, however long. There's been certain situations throughout the year where they were inconsistent because of life mishaps and shit, but they stuck through it. They had the vision. So like, I need that type of, because like every film that I go through, I'm gonna spill the beans to them. I'm like, bro, this is what I see, and I know it's gonna happen. But I feel like they just saw it in the moment, and then when they see the work, they're like, I'm not ready for this. You know what I mean? Yeah, a
lot of people aren't ready for the work. They can't commit to it, or they'll see like the short success of, let's say you get like 5K on your new YouTube video, or like 50K on a TikTok that they edited, and they're quick to be like, fuck, bro, he's probably making like 5 bands off that shit.
That's not it. I'm not even making shit yet.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's like people will get really jealous over shit really quick, and just not like I've tried to work with I haven't necessarily opened the floodgates to be like, anybody come work with us for free, like we need, because it's like we do need way more help for free, but it's like I've had people come in and like they'll work for free for a little bit, and then they'll be like, oh, can I, I need to start getting paid off of this or whatever. And it's like, well, this whole time we've been working, I still haven't made a dollar. It's like, yeah, the work you're doing is, like, we have ways of making money in other ways that I can, try to pay for you, whether it's, people paying for promo, selling merch, whatever it may be. Like, there is ways I can try to make some extra money, but like the direct work that you're doing for me isn't making a dollar. So it's just tough because you want those people that can rise with you, but it's just hard to like add people that like weren't necessarily your friends for a few years. It's like, so people know like, oh shit, like we can do this together because I trust you and I know you, rather than like this guy could be getting off on me. It's just it's like a weird combo of like, I don't know, you just got to find the right guy.
But that's the thing though. Look, you can't expect somebody to work for free and expect them to be fully motivated when you're trying to get them. If somebody comes to you and be like, hey bro, I see the vision you got, and I can be part of it and I can help in some way, somehow, which I've gotten a lot of those, but like, it's just, to me, it's just how they approach themselves. Like with Adrian, he hit me up, I was like, I fuck with your content. It's not, hey bro, I fuck with your content, let's collab, blah, blah, blah. He's like, bro, I appreciate it. Like, then I was like, let me go search who he is. Boom, I seen his stuff. I seen a whole list of his videos from 3 years ago. He's been doing this, he's been consistent. I'm like, okay, let me hit you up, let's collab, let's actually work, let me see what the type of stuff you do, because you're doing something similar that I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So like, it's not you approaching me and be like, oh, let's do this together. If you actually want to work with me and you see that I'm not, you as a content creator or a filmer, understanding this line of work, you're not going to get a return anytime soon. You should already understand, like, you should approach me in a certain way, because there's going to be a lot of other people that just want the clout. That's how I looked at it. People that wanted to film with me in that moment, I feel like they just wanted to film me just later on, say, oh, I filmed with him. Yeah,
to build the resume, like a one-off thing.
But what did you film? That's the thing. What did you film? Because half of the stuff you film, I can't even post it because you didn't do a good job. So like, that's just little things that I look at. Yeah,
and that was the thing for me, like when we went and filmed at like the Mall of America and tried to do like the call your ex pranks and stuff like that. It's like it's a lot harder than it seems, because like a lot of people just aren't good on camera, or they don't want to be involved, or they have some smart shit to say, or oh, you're some YouTubers, big guys, whatever, blah blah. Like there's always those people, and it's like, if you're one of those people, man, just fucking go smoke a joint and then step outside, because some of you just a little too angry out there. Like now it's 2023 now. But if you see YouTubers out, it's not uncommon. It's not like it was 2012 and people are dropping music on SoundCloud and everyone's like, oh, you're a rapper.
We're in Minnesota. There's not a lot of like, you go to Miami.
It's a very vulnerable market.
Exactly. You go to Miami, you're walking and all you see is camera. Everybody want to be in the camera now. But like, you come to Minnesota, you get a bunch of Karens. People just throwing a fit, acting a fool in front of the camera because they don't see things like this often. But like, this is why we as content creators not only have to like be aware of these things, but like, it's just how you approach them. Because I get people that get mad about being filmed, but like, I'll say the dumbest shit and they just start laughing because I already know you're just acting weird because you're not used to being filmed.
And they think you might try to take, like, they don't know what your intentions are until they get a laugh and they're like, okay, this is fun.
Like, I've had the DoorDash prank that I did. I've had somebody literally call me and be like, yeah, I remember you filmed for me, and then I don't want to be filmed. They were like, I recognized you, blah blah blah, because it was actually a friend of mine's mom that I just stumbled upon their house doing the breaking the package prank and shit. She calls me, was like, yeah, I don't want to be posted on social media, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my god, you were like the best reaction. There's no way I can't post it. So we had like a 30-minute conversation of like, because all she was like, she was just worried that I was gonna miss and skew like, just like how everything looked, like make her look bad. That wasn't what that wasn't my intentions, you know what I mean? I was just trying to get a laughter out of people. And I was like, you know what, how about this? I'm gonna edit it, I'm gonna send it to you, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna let me know whether or not it's okay. Boom, did it, send it to her, she was like, thumbs up. That's it. You know, and that was the only biggest issue I've ever had, with somebody contacting me and be like, I have an issue with you filming me. When it comes to like YouTube, I haven't had like a privacy complaint or anything like that with people being filmed, because like, I'm not the type of guy who would just, if you look like a fool and look like an asshole, that's you. I'm not making you look like an asshole. You're the one that's looking like an asshole. So like, if you see yourself in a social media post blown up by means because of you, that's you, bro. Like, I have nothing to do with that. I didn't like, be like, oh yeah, go be the asshole. No, that's
Yeah.
just I'm just trying to be funny. I'm just trying to put a smile on your face and put a smile on my viewers' face as well. But
Yeah.
if you want to be the asshole, by all means, do that.
I remember I looked up the rules one time of being able to record people and post
Yep.
it without their consent.
Yep.
And it's like there's like a fine line to where you like if you're at like a valley fair and people are like walking by in the background or
Yeah.
whatever, like that is completely fine. You don't
Yeah.
need to ask them nothing. And it's almost like if they're being recorded like directly to them and they're unaware of
Yeah.
it, like they don't know, then that's where it could, and then that could be a trouble. But like if someone is obviously like looking at your camera, talking to your camera, like, and then like maybe if they say don't record me and then walk away, boom, maybe you probably should have left that out. But people
Right.
be saying don't record me and
Still stand
they
there.
be
Like, what are you doing?
they be
Like,
staying in front of the camera like don't record me, but stay.
You know what I mean? Like,
They be staying in front of the
You get that-
camera.
you
It's
get
like
that
at
so
that
many
point you're
times.
consenting. You know you're being recorded. If you would have said
Exactly.
don't record me and
And
walk
boom.
away and I'm following you with the
I would've
camera,
cut the clip.
then you'd be in the wrong.
I would have cut that
Yeah.
clip right there. Boom.
But people don't. They don't do that. They don't want to be in the video, but then keep coming back in the video. And you see it with everybody. Like all the content, they always come back and be like, "You're still recording me?" Like, bro, you came to get in front of the camera to
Bro,
do it.
prime example is the Hollywood Boulevard scenario.
Yeah.
The dude was like,
Yeah,
"Stop
talk me
filming."
through that. I was about
Bro,
to ask that.
we're literally walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and dude tried to sell us his mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
We're not interested. It was a group of them. We're not interested. And then they saw the camera. Stop filming me. Stop. Bro, nobody's filming you, bro. We're walking by. We're walking. You're trying to come in front of us to sell us your mixtape, and you so happen to stumble in front of the camera, and now you're throwing a fit. One out of the whole group of guys was like, "Oh, I told you to stop filming. You still filming me, blah, blah, blah." And he starts walking our direction to his little table. And he went and took off his jacket. Next thing you know, he wants to act tough. Because all his friends and posses is around him. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Don't be that guy, bro. I just started laughing in front of his face. He picked Dan out of everybody because he saw Dan was vulnerable, just holding the camera. And then that's when everything just escalated, bro. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. So
It was crazy.
was it just like the one guy that was like the aggressor? Or like
It
so
was
he said
one
he had
guy
a
and another,
crew.
Bro, Loaf got sucker punched. Because the guy grabbed Dan and ripped his shirt to the ground. Dan got up. Loaf was he was like holding the camera, and then I'm standing there like looking around, making sure that nobody is trying to do some shit. Loaf pushes the dude off of him, and as soon as Loaf got up, I'm like, "Dan, you good?" I look to the left. Loaf is getting sucker punched by some other dude. By the time I'm like, "Oh shit," because I was literally about to tell him, I'm like, "Bro, watch, boop, sucker punch." I'm like, "Oh shit, boop, I get sucker punch." I looked to is the dude. I'm like, then all I saw around us was like 6 people just like in a circle, just closing in. And all I just kept on doing was putting my hand on the swivel. We got Dan up, we had the camera. Dan, his chain got ripped off, picked it up. We just walked to the corner. Bro, when I said I was so pissed off, like people that actually know me, they know like situations like that. Bro, my blood was boiling, bro. Like I literally wanted to go back and just like start a whole riot there.
Yeah, because it's like obviously if you're outnumbered by that many people,
Exactly.
you can't really do nothing besides just get out of there.
Exactly. Like I was ready to go, and Loaf was like, he was talking me out of it. He was like, "Bro, like this is a win for us. Like the fact, like we could press charges all we want right there. There was cameras, there was everything. Like we could have pressed charges. Like it's a win for us to be able to walk out of that situation." Which it was cool, but like I was still mad.
Yeah,
I
that
still
was the
upset.
first time I was like, damn, I wonder if Loaf had got you around
Bro.
to be his like security.
Yeah, no,
because
like,
obviously you're a way bigger
bro,
guy than
literally,
him.
like-
but yeah, if you're outnumbered like that, then it's just like you can't do nothing. But like, you guys ended up going back.
Yeah, we did.
And made amends with the
because
dude.
of that. The
Yeah.
fact that like the Los fans literally they were not playing around, bro. Them boys
Where,
don't be.
how did he? Because I'm sure at that moment it wasn't like, yo, I'm like Loaf's my name, go check me out. Like after he just beat,
The shit
you know,
blew up.
yeah. So the clip goes viral. Bro probably sees himself going viral.
Exactly.
Yes, I was about to ask. Did he just see himself going viral, or were like people like pulling up to him on Hollywood Boulevard, like,
Nah,
yo, like
that too.
That was Loaf.
That too. Hollywood Boulevard. A lot of people on Hollywood Boulevard knew about it. They just didn't know it was him. He saw it on social media and reached out to Loaf. And it was actually one night that he had called me and was like, he called me. I missed the call, so I called him in the morning. He was like, "Bro, guess who the fuck just hit me up?" I'm like, "Fucking Young Gravy, who?" He's like, nah, bro. The dude that jumped us, tried to jump us in Hollywood Boulevard. I'm like, "There's no fucking way." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What did he say?" He was like, "Bro, we were on the phone for like an hour. They were just talking. He turned out to be a cool guy. And that's when he was like, "Yeah, we're going to fly out there for a night and just go film with him and shit like that." So We did. First thing he did was apologize. Like he looked at me in my eyes. It was like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like as a real man, like I apologize, shit like that. I'm like, yeah, like because I kept on telling him, bro, I'm like, bro, you're acting a fool in front of a camera. Like you're just trying to act a fool. Like you're just one of those guys that does that. But like I don't know what was happening going on with his head during that day, but he must have had a bad day. Try to take it out on us.
And I mean, if you're selling mixtapes on Hollywood Boulevard, I'm sure you're not getting like a lot of people to bite on sales. So I would be very frustrated too. Like if that's what my daily grind for a while or whatever, even if it's one day out the week or whatever, if you got to do that, like, and then just to have any reason just to like get on someone. I could see where it could flip really quick, but I bet he's seen the video back and was like, whoa, like I was in the way wrong for that. Because in his head he could have been like, oh, these guys trying to make fun of me, recording me trying to sell mixtapes. That's probably what was in his head. And then he sees the video back like, damn, like that wasn't even the intention at all.
Even the whole time we were walking, bro, there was a good distance where he could have been like, you know what, let me just walk back and just ignore them. He literally walked a whole nother block, put his jacket down, came back to us, and then started some shit again.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's like
I seen the Mickey Mouse wasn't fucking with y'all.
I was just about to say
because that's the one thing too. But like I've never really walked Hollywood Boulevard, but I've been in like the Vegas Strip a lot, and I know it's kind of similar to where those people are out there to get paid for photos or to, like even though that person in that Mickey costume is not associated with Disney, you are already
you'll see 2 to 3 Mickeys walking down the street.
Yeah, none of y'all are actually getting paid by Disney to be there. You out there, like, oh, you want a picture with me, boom, boom, and be like, oh, that'll be $20 after you take the picture.
No, that's the thing.
That's what they do.
They don't even ask you. You take a picture. Oh, can I take a picture for some money? Take a picture, give them $1.05. Like it's not like they have a set price on how much you could pay them. They just want money. That's their hustle. They just like literally.
Shit, it's a lot better than sitting on the corner. I
mean, yeah, for sure. For sure. We saw fucking These Nuts guy.
Yeah, bro, I've seen him in Vegas when I went too. He was literally at the same fucking like liquor store I was at in Vegas, like just buying. I was like, what the fuck? And then that same night, he went viral for like doing some funny ass skit in the liquor store and then getting chased out by like some just like some people that were like not fucking with it.
That shit was
like
hilarious.
Similar story like to y'all.
That shit was hilarious because
So
Buddy
he just
was
be out there.
We were walking and I recognized it. I was like, bro, that's These Nuts. And I remember his name, but right now I don't know why I'm blanking on it. But I pointed out to Loaf. That's when Loaf just you know fucking Loaf, bro. He went and started fucking with the dude, and apparently his manager is his girlfriend. So she was like, you have to pay to be filming, blah, blah, blah. We weren't having it.
Yeah,
like,
and Loaf was even like, how much?
Yeah, he was
because
like,
if they would have said like $40, like I'm sure he could have pulled $40
He said
out.
whatever. He was like, whatever, like I'll pay for whatever. And Loaf was like, you got Venmo?
Yeah,
like he was like, you got Venmo, Cash App, and then she was just thinking we were making fun of her and shit. So she was like, you got the pepper spray? That's when everything just
like he tried to offer to pay you. I was like,
real,
dang,
bro. Like we were gonna give you Cash App or Apple Pay or fucking Venmo, whatever the case is, but you just decided to just take it to the wrong direction, you know. But yeah, that shit, man. It was smooth. It was smooth though. LA was a vibe. We ended up filming with I don't know if you know these guys, LLS, Live Love Serve on YouTube. They're actually the first ones that started the blasting inappropriate music in the library. They're like one of the not one of they were the first people that actually started doing those pranks. So we did a little skit. Loaf got invited to do a skit at this one shoe store down in
the
LA.
Cool Kicks?
No, not Cool. It was another shoe store. Yeah, so we did a little. I don't know how they got me into that video, but they did a little skit there. It was like a undercover boss skit, so they did that, and then we ended up going to their apartment, hanging out, and doing a little vlog. Cool. Just getting to know us a little bit and stuff like that, and us vice versa, getting to know them. They're actually pretty cool dudes, you know. Yeah, they lived in an apartment that Destroying actually lives in and stuff. Oh, cool. Yeah, so they were just like giving us a little walk through all that. So it was like these are things that you're able to do when you're like as big as Lofe is, you know. So just being around that gets me like I'm able to see how you can what you're gonna be getting in your environment and stuff like that, you know. So it was just fun. It was smooth. Yeah.
Is there any YouTubers that you fuck with right now, like in that scene that you like to watch?
Pootie funny as hell. Yeah, Pootie's funny as hell. I honestly I don't know if I did reach out to him, but I started following him, and that's actually one of the person I like big YouTubers that I want to collab with. Like that's like I had I got a little bit of Pootie in me. Like I fuck with him that much. Like I actually watch his shit. Like
Yeah.
he just got that energy that like it takes a lot of it for it to come out of me. But like his is just like on like
Yeah.
as soon as the camera come on, that's just Pootie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he like that's really why I love his energy so much.
Yeah.
Like he cool as hell. Yeah. Pootie and Balin's obviously cool. He's a cool dude. Gideon, pretty cool dude. Who else? Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Do you? Yeah, speaking of like how like those guys started the first like loud music, inappropriate music in a library prank. Do you find that it's hard to come up with original ideas nowadays? Like, or at least like being worried about like not crediting the person that maybe did it first, or like shouting them out, or
well,
you know.
Now that a lot of those pranks are being done, it's not that it's hard. There's no reason to credit them
Because it's so
many-
oversaturated at this
exactly.
point, yeah.
If you're doing something original that now a lot of people have been using it, like, yeah, I'm gonna give you credit, of course.
Yeah.
If I see one of the few people that's doing this, like if I go and look up a prank and I see that there's not a lot of people doing it, I look up who's gotten the most views and who started it first, and I'm gonna give them, regardless if it's 1,000 views.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna give you your credit because you started it. Somebody probably took it and did it better.
Yeah.
And got more views, but I'm still gonna give the original person's credit for that.
Yeah,
prank, you
because
know?
I know that was a big thing. Like at least in TikTok with like the big TikTok dancers, like they like let's say like an Addison Rae would do a TikTok dance that like some like 11-year-old girl made,
Yeah.
and it only got 10,000 views, but somehow she seen it and like did it, and then she got millions of views and probably ended up going on Ellen and doing the dance,
Yeah.
and it was like, damn, where did this dance even originate? And I remember like seeing that was like a big shift, at least on like the TikTok with influencers, that they started tagging like the creators of the
Right.
dances. But like with the YouTube thing, I remember like a few years ago, or maybe it was like 5-6 years ago, when that was more prominent, where like there wasn't as many big YouTubers making like consistent funny videos, to where it was like if someone was doing a library prank or a fake employee prank, like there was one person that like did that and did it really well at some point, or like the diamond testers.
Yeah.
Like I know like Unghetto Matthew did the diamond
Yeah,
testers
yeah.
and like the relationship shit. Like I don't know if he was the first one to do it, but he definitely amplified it. Like he was like, and
It was his energy. I
Yeah.
say that a lot.
and like there's certain like just like certain even like destroying does the
He does the one-on-ones,
one-on-ones,
yeah.
like so like if someone were to like do their own one-on-one thing, it's like you don't necessarily need to shout out destroying, but like everyone knows like who does this
Yeah,
the best.
exactly.
And I think like there's certain things that people do that still deserve to be like shout out this person. Like if I were I were to like do a funny video, and I would use the excuse like, oh no, my cameraman's deaf, or he's only shooting 30 frames per second. Like
Right.
at that point, like after that clip, I would have if you didn't say
Yeah,
like shout
right.
out Loaf or something,
Yeah.
like people would be like, oh, you jacking Loaf style,
Exactly.
because there's like certain niches where it's like if you really like blatantly are taking someone's shit, then it's like, damn, you're kind of jacking his style. But there's so many people are doing the same types of pranks, as long as you do it your own way and you don't pick word for word copy someone. It's like
Literally.
pretty much fair game is how I've seen it.
Because I wouldn't want to go on a different channel and see somebody else. Like, if I watch Low stuff and go to watch somebody else and be like, oh, yeah, he's deaf. He's literally word for word taking Low's pranks and stuff. Like, it gets boring, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, spice it up, do your own thing. Like, with me nowadays, whenever somebody says stop filming, I'm like, he's not filming, he's broadcasting. Like, that's my thing now.
Yeah,
That's
have
something
something.
I'm trying to build my own. It's not just picking. Like, I don't even think I've ever said he's taking 30 pics per second. I don't even think that's ever came out my mouth. Like, it's funny to even think about it and like
Yeah.
hear him say it, but like for me to copy it, like I'm not big of a copier and like when it comes to like niches like that. But like as far as pranks, I'm gonna get that idea and I'm gonna try to do it a little better. Like even if it's hard to do it differently, that's what I'm gonna try to do. Because like always trying to do the same thing, it gets boring. A lot of people don't like it. They're gonna try to shit on you and stuff like that, which is not the case. But
Yeah.
you know.
What's your favorite thing you've done so far since starting your YouTube career? Maybe not favorite video, but just favorite experience you've had.
Honestly, going to LA for the first time with Loaf and Dan, that was like being able to be around people that are like in a higher position than me and like seeing where I could possibly be at. You know, like I said, LLS, that's the channel under Rhino and Noah. They're really cool guys. So they were like I said, when I go and I'm around people like that, I get to ask a lot of questions. And they're the type of people that will answer your questions and they're going to tell you a lot more than what you don't know. because they obviously see in you that you can do something, and then they want to help you out. You know what I mean? It's not that they're just answering a question by one answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like being able to be around those people. It influenced me a lot more. It just gave me a little bit more motivation, and also being able to be around Loaf filming with the Netflix star Holly. Fuck, I forgot her last name. Holly Scarfoni or something like that. Yeah, she was a big Netflix star. She was pretty cool. And yeah, just Cool Kicks as well, bro.
Yeah, that was
Cool Kicks. Was
Yeah, because you were with Loaf during that.
Yeah.
Cool Kicks does really good at not showing the people that are with the celebrity.
Yeah,
They do so good at that. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. Because I even had some friends that were with like some other people when they went, or even like I remember like when Adam 22 did one.
Yeah.
Like they barely even showed the people he was with. But I remember them talking about that on their podcast, close in their podcast a lot. But they do like it's cool. Like I didn't even see you in the Cool Kicks vlog.
I was in there for he actually we were talking just for like what 5 seconds.
Yeah, I might have you might have skimmed by the
What's his
screen, but
name
I don't
again?
remember.
Champagne
Pocky.
Yeah,
Pocky?
yeah. He cause like he was asking me like, does he like wear this in Minnesota a lot? I was like, yeah, this motherfucker be pulling hoes with slides on and shit, you know. But yeah,
Well, he ended up leaving with some like Legend Blue lows or something.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like even that on top of that, I just didn't want to be in the camera. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
wait for your Cool Kicks
Exactly,
episode. But it's like,
exactly.
because I've just seen that they're always like so good with just not showing the crew that they're with. Which I mean, they're not the ones that they're trying to show, but it's just like whatever. One last thing, do you have any advice to someone that wants to pick up a camera today and start their YouTube channel? Words of wisdom.
Words of
shout
wisdom,
outs, all that
man.
type of stuff.
This is the one thing I'm gonna say, not just for just goes around to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard this saying from Kevin Hart. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put the work in. I'm gonna say it again. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put the work in. If you want to be, and if you have a vision of some place you want to be, you have to put the work in. That's all it is. You gotta grind. Don't look at the time. Just grind. All right? That's it. If you want to be able to, what's the other saying again? If you want to use your credit card without the PIN, just work without looking at the time. That's it. You know what I mean? It's just like those little things. Don't pay attention of what's going on around you. Just focus on the end goal. If you have a goal, focus on meeting it. If you met it, make a new goal and just keep doing that. That's all it is. That's all I can give you guys. I'm not where I need to be yet, so a lot of people are giving me props on being something that I know I'm not yet, which I greatly appreciate because they see something that I'm doing. So that to me, it just gives me a little bit more motivation to keep doing it so I can be where I want to be.
Yeah.
They see that I'm somewhere, but it's not where I want to be. So if you actually want to get into this content creating, you have to have a plan, you have to have a goal, you have to get to it, you have to keep grinding. You're gonna come across obstacles, but just climb that wall and just get over it, man.
Facts.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's it.
Start sooner than later.
Yeah. For real. That's a big thing. Start sooner than later. That was my big thing because I was a big procrastinator back then, but now I just learned to just do it. Like just literally do it. Like you can focus on all the other stuff while you're doing it, but just do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. That's it.
Yep. Appreciate all y'all listening. Appreciate you coming on. Glad we could do your first. This your first ever podcast
First
interview?
ever podcast and first ever interview.
Fire.
Yeah.
Glad we could do it. I love doing people's first ones.
Yeah, bro.
Because when you got 5 million subscribers in 2024,
I'm gonna be back here. It's gonna be a different conversation. It's gonna be a better conversation.
and when you're not responding to my DMs no more,
There's none of that, man. I
you
got
know.
Ricky with the Blicky's number, man. You feel me? So ain't no way we tapped in for life, bro. There's just know that, man.
I mean, you guys thought we only knew music artists? Man, just open up your horizons, man. Waterwave know it all, man.
They get out there. They get out there. That's all it is. They get out there.
And yeah, I don't need to talk no more shit.
It's been good though. It's been good. I see you doing your shit, fucking from hosting events to having.
He
a
also
store,
performed at our first ever concert.
Yeah. See, now I think about it, it's been a lot of first time I've done a bunch of shit like this with you, bro.
Yeah. You performed at our first concert. I did your first podcast. Only a fair trade, huh?
Yeah, that's
Fair
smooth,
trade, I
bro.
guess.
Yeah. Look at where we at now. You look at by 2024, it's gonna be bigger things.
I
Bigger and
know.
better. That's it.
I just want to get up. I just want to be rich this year, man.
Bro,
I
that's
can't.
all it is, man.
I'm sick of this grinding for no
You
dollars.
gotta push it.
Even though money ain't everything, but you need it to survive.
Exactly.
So, shit. Someone wants to give me some dollars, I'll
Hey.
do some work for you.
I catch it. I ain't OBJ, but I can catch the best I can. That's all it is. Throw it my way. That's it.
Well, I'm gonna sign it out. Come shop with us at 1521 Como Avenue Southeast. Follow. Is it HeyGoten on Instagram now too?
Hey, Goten on everything.
HeyGoten on everything. Waterwave TV on everything. We got vintage clothing. We got Jordans. We got Yeezys. We got Dunks. We got all the cool shit. All
They
the
got
drip.
it all,
All the
man.
stuff that all your friends at in your school are wearing. We got it.
I need a whatchamacallit, a Cool Kicks episode like that with you, bro. Like,
Shopping.
Hell yeah.
Bet.
Imagine us doing some shit like that at Waterway store now. That should be dope.
I do want to do it more. It's just like the idea of, like, cause I know Cool Kicks usually some people go in there and cash out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But like, I'm trying to find the balance of like, we can do this with some people and like give you like, let's say, yeah, we give you 200 credit, like
Right.
find some shit you want so that the content actually like
Builds up.
like you
we're
buy
actually
something
gonna
at the end of the
shop.
day
Yeah.
instead of it just being like, oh, you look around and then you just leave.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to put someone on with like a $20 tee or something, but it's
Exactly.
like there's gotta like I do want to figure out a point where we can like budget and be like, yeah, we can take like a hit, like a $200 hit or something on an
That'd be
item.
smooth, bro.
You know what I mean? To be like, cause like I don't. Like I would love for like if we had a shopping experience that someone spent a little bit of money and we gave a little bit for free, like
Right.
something like that where you'd obviously talk off camera beforehand and be like, yeah, like if you want to spend 300, we'll give you 200 off
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that, like to figure it out. But I'd be down to do one because we haven't really we did like a couple videos where it was just vlogs where part of the vlog was like someone coming in and shopping, but it was never like go
Yeah.
sneaker shopping.
Yeah.
But we should do it.
Yeah, that should be
We should do
dope.
that shit soon
I'm
so
gonna
we
be
can.
the first. I'm gonna be the first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You guys don't
We
see
gonna
it.
plan for that, bro.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it soon.
Yeah.
So we can get that one out the way, and we can try to get some more people in here and do it too. But yeah, Instagram and his YouTube will be in the description. Any shout outs you want to make before we send off?
Hey, big shout out my boy Loaf. I hope we can get him here.
Yeah, it'd be fire.
I hope we can get him here.
I'm not the type to beg, but
One,
Loaf.
two. You see it, bro. You see it, bro. Come through with my mans. Water Wave TV.
That was a YouTube exclusive only. If you were on the Spotify listeners, you don't know what just happened.
But yeah, for sure, for sure.
But yeah, I think that's a good time to click stop recording right there. That's a good time. There we go.